Right, hey guys, how are we doing? Back on another video from Beat, and today we are checking out JoJo anime and manga differences part 6, Stone Ocean. So I have recently finished the first 12 episodes on Netflix. Thought it was really good. That ending though was like, whoa, okay. Can't wait to see what happens next. But let's see what has been changed, because Netflix, it's the first time Netflix have had like an ownership over the whole JoJo stuff, and I think he's going to be doing these as they come out, the episodes. Usually it's like a full season, and I don't blame him, considering Netflix seem to like put everything in chunks to keep people subscribed to the thing and stop using those free Netflix subscriptions just to watch one show they want. But let's see the differences, shall we? Come on, beat!
Welcome back to the JoJo anime and manga differences. With the release of the first 12 episodes of Part 6 on Netflix, I thought I might take a different approach with this season's video. For Part 5, I worked on the video throughout the end of the season,
Right, yeah.
almost immediately after the finale. However, the release of Part 6 is very different. With the finale most likely coming in a big batch of episodes.
Yeah, like when are the next batch of episodes coming in?
The end, I'll go over the differences in each chunk of episodes as they release, as well as giving my thoughts on the anime so far. Later on, when the season is over, I may combine all of these into one video that covers everything.
Cool.
Some inclusions in the previous differences videos have caused people to ask questions, so I'll go over some of the basic rules. I'm including anything that has been changed between the manga and anime.
Yes.
These include differences in the story itself, the order that it is told, and the artwork of the manga. What I won't be going over, however, is any color changes that have been made, since the JoJo colored manga is done by Shueisha and not Araki. I'm only including it if it's an explicit change to Araki's art, which is black and white. The reason for this is that certain color choices by Shueisha affect the content of the manga. For example, in the colored manga, the flashback scene with Pucci and Dio is shown with a daytime sky in the background. While in the original the sky was blank, not indicating that it was day. Other scenes that we know take place at night have also featured a blank background. It does not mean that it's a lit up sky. In the anime, the sky outside is definitely dark. Nighttime, as was likely intended. Some would be tempted to say that it was changed from day to night, but in reality it was never really day to begin with. It was only a mistake.
Why would Dio talk to anyone during the day with the windows open though?
To Araki's original manga going
into the
anime, since that's what's being adapted. The anime opens the same way the manga originally did, by showing the aftermath of Jolene's car accident. There are some minor changes, however. In the anime, you can now see Romeo standing there as well. You can see more details of the accident, such as the glasses stuck in the windshield, which in the manga wasn't seen until later. Jolene's outfit has been updated to be more consistent with its appearance in the flashback later, since it now has her tattoo design on her chest instead of being blank. The next scene in the manga
changes in costumes and that.
Prisoners sharpening a button on the bars. This is removed in the anime, and it goes straight into the next page where Hermes starts talking to
Suppose it's not important, I guess.
Describing the guard who saw Jolene, Hermes no longer says that he looks like Tom Cruise. The scene where Jolene is taken from her cell is skipped, and the anime goes straight to her meeting with her lawyer. Jolene no longer mentions that she was in a biker gang when she was younger. There is now a hairbrush.
Oh, mate, that makes her seem even cooler. Like,
mother left for her.
She's on a bike gang.
Is now less detailed when he lists out the items. In the anime, the photo of Jotaro and his wife are shown while the lawyer talks about him. While in the manga, it wasn't shown until afterwards. So Jolene no longer mentions when Jotaro was gone while she had a fever. This is now mentioned directly to Jotaro.
To him in the conversation,
While in the prison
Alright, so the conversations that they have are being switched around, but it doesn't really affect, like, narrative.
Talking about Jolene being innocent. The scene of the van crossing the bridge and the narration about the prison takes place earlier than in the manga. Jolene no longer makes the joke about buying caviar in prison. Jolene also no longer asks if Hermes is hiding the money in her shoes. When the guard tells Jolene to get off the bus, the manga makes it clear that he is the same guard who looked like Tom Cruise.
Ah, okay.
He also appeared earlier when Jolene was removed from her cell. The anime removes both of these pieces of dialogue, so it's not made clear that it's the same person.
Oh, okay, that's very strange.
The guard no longer mentions that he knew where Aramis hid her money
The whole
because
time?
he overheard Jolene. During the flashback,
Oh.
Romeo no longer mentions Jolene having been in a biker gang, which is the origin of the tattoo on her arm. In the manga, they originally think that they hit a goat before discovering it was a person. The anime skips this, and they realize it right away.
Yeah, they know it's a person straight off the bat, don't they? And it's in a tree, and it's like, we're gonna get him down!
The anime skips over
So her tattoo's from a biker gang. Oh, that's cool to know.
after they hide the body. In the manga, there is a short scene of Jolene getting arrested, with her mom being present, and her being interrogated after. These are skipped in the anime.
And she calls her JoJo, doesn't she? Yeah, cool.
Mentions that the prosecutor was a friend of his. In the manga, the judge is constantly coughing throughout the scene. This no longer happens in the anime.
Must have been annoying though to do that. Do you reckon they did a take and were just like, no, we're gonna get rid of that?
The anime adds a scene after Jolene is sentenced. She wraps her string around her handcuffs and snaps it, injuring herself. In the manga, she did something similar, only with the straps of her straitjacket.
Excuse me.
In the scene where Jolene is strip searched, the two guards have a longer conversation beforehand in the manga. The scene also goes on longer in the manga, with Aramis seeing Jolene.
Oh.
The next scene is Jolene undergoing a physical exam. Jolene also sees a transgender prisoner. At the end of the scene, she spots her lawyer outside the window. The scene of Jolene's exam and seeing the prisoner were removed in the anime. However, you can still see the prisoner in the lineup later on. The anime shows Jolene taking her booking photo, which is shown on the cover of Chapter 2 in the manga.
Oh, so they took it from a chapter cover.
This is now where she sees her lawyer in the anime version. The prisoner shown holding the pendant at the end of Chapter 3 has been updated to make it more clear that it is Gwes.
Right.
The anime removes a scene where Jolene gets a haircut in the prison and has to bribe the barber to keep her hair. During the briefing, Loco Barocco no longer mentions that ballpoint pens are forbidden in the prison, or that wedding bands are allowed. The anime also removes the moment where Jolene steals Loco Barocco's pen after the meeting.
Oh, wow.
The anime no longer shows the lunch lady.
Pens aren't allowed, pencils are fine, and she steals a pen.
The anime skips over Gwes explaining her power and their escape plan and places it after Jolene is already in the mouse suit.
Yeah.
The anime no longer shows the other prisoners and Loco Barocco reacting to the alarm going off. In the manga, Gwes says
little
that the guard
changes, isn't it?
a shotgun or maybe a rifle. In the anime, she only
maybe they're trying to fit more into the episodes.
In the manga, the short guard accidentally gets coffee spilled on him again when they respond to the alarm. In the anime, this no longer happens. The anime adds an extra scene of Jolene and an injured Gwes back in their cell after the fight. Jolene is also sleeping on the bottom bunk, which Gwes had forbidden her from doing earlier.
Oh, I forgot about that.
In a later scene of the manga, Gwes tells Jolene that she'll allow her to sleep on the bottom bunk. But since we've now already seen her doing that, this line is removed in the anime.
Of course, you don't need it, do you, if you're already doing that.
The blonde
Right.
girl is reading The Count of Monte Cristo.
Oh, yeah.
The anime changes this to a fictional book titled Artemis's Angels. This is based on a real book that is about the history of ballet, titled Apollo's Angels.
Interesting.
Similarly, one of the other prisoners' books is The Queen of All Maladies, based on the real book, The Emperor of All Maladies.
Right?
When the blonde girl tries to get to the bathroom, the
that was
also
funny, that.
shows her trying to call a guard to let her out. Emporio's design no longer has the Cubs logo on it, and instead just has a blank blue circle.
Okay.
The guard hits Jolene's
Copyright
fingers
thing,
in the
maybe?
manga,
It's like I'm
and
noticing in the
another guard
subtitles
hits
that we're not getting Marilyn Manson actually said it's Meryl
The anime puts the
Lynn
scene introducing
Manson and stuff
Jolene
like that.
right after this. In the manga, it doesn't happen until after Jolene met with Jotaro. The manga also shows prisoners playing cards outside when their cards are blown away. Jangali A guesses where the cards will go, showcasing his ability to read the wind.
Oh, that's a cool way of showing it.
After Jolene meets Jotaro, a flashback is shown of Jolene when she was arrested for car theft. This scene is originally from chapter 75 of the manga, but was placed much earlier in the anime. The only section
I
shown
wonder
is
why.
the one with Jolene under arrest, but in the manga, the entire situation leading to the theft is shown.
Oh, cool!
This will likely be shown later.
Yeah, I reckon they'll do that, yeah.
Appeared. Some minor visual and audio effects are used to hint at which scenes take place within Whitesnake's dreams. There is now a moment where Jolene notices her handcuffs are missing.
Right.
The first hint at her being in a dream. Jotaro no longer tells Jolene to put out the cigarette before he looks into the hallway. You can no longer hear Jotaro's thoughts where he says that he can only stop time for 2 seconds.
Oh, okay, cool.
The anime skips the scene where Jolene shows Jotaro the bone.
Oh, she shows it him.
This is now combined with a similar scene after they escape from the dream. Placing this scene
So they're
after
mixing...
makes it more clear that the bone was left over from Whitesnake's melting ability. Jangali's vision is portrayed as a form of clouds in the manga, while in the anime it appears as a kind of green sonar
dust.
The anime has a new scene where Jotaro is noticed by a guard and uses time stop to disappear.
So that's
Shortly
not
after
in the manga.
Jotaro and
Interesting.
Jolene escape the dream, Whitesnake is shown for the first time. However, in the anime, only his hand is shown, and he doesn't make a full appearance until a bit later. In the manga, Jotaro is more surprised when Jolene throws the pendant at him, while in the anime he catches it easily. More dialogue from Jotaro about
Trying to make Jotaro look as cool as
is
possible.
shown after he is unconscious. In the anime, the guards are shown searching earlier than in the manga. You can no longer see the dogs spot Jolene. The anime has a similar shot of the dogs.
Oh, right, yeah, that's not exactly the same though, is it? Yeah.
The anime doesn't show the pendant being dropped back into Jotaro's pocket. In the manga, Jolene wraps a string around the trigger of one of the guards to make his gun go off and avoid being shot. In the anime, the guard never shoots to begin with.
Right.
In the manga, Whitesnake has more dialogue after shooting Jangali.
That's a lot of dialogue.
The anime shows an additional shot of Jolene in the punishment ward before
He straight up just
switching
gets the
to
gun and just
Hermes.
shoots him down. Yeah, so well.
In the anime, Hermes no longer says how long she was bedridden for. When checking her memory in the manga, Hermes says the birthday of Mickey Mouse. In the anime, this was changed to be Bugs Bunny, possibly because Bugs Bunny is a Warner Bros. Owned character.
Right, quite possibly.
The birthday was also changed accordingly to match Bugs Bunny. The conversation between
that's so random.
and McQueen after his
But again, like, there's a lot of copyright
suicide
stuff involved with all these
attempt
things,
is no
aren't there?
longer in
These
the
decisions.
manga. In it, she asks him if his urge for suicide is compulsive and how he got his ability. After the second suicide attempt in the manga,
Oh man, that was annoying seeing this guy try and kill himself over and over.
who moved away. In the manga scene where Hermes meets Emporio, she is brought into the ghost room where she learns about it and meets with Anasui and Weather. This scene is moved to later in the anime, and instead of Hermes, it's with Jolene.
Jolene, yeah.
So I'll cover that scene there. The anime adds a scene with Emporio telling
Completely
Jolene
different
about
person.
what happened to Hermes, and giving her McQueen's memory disc. The anime no longer explains how the bracelets are unlocked. In the manga, Hermes has the disc with her, and Jolene has her re-watch it to find clues. In the anime, they don't have the disc with them and just talk about what they've already seen on it. In the manga, that conversation takes place out in the open, while in the anime, it's inside of a small shed. The anime adds a moment where Hermes is eating a tomato from the garden. In the manga,
so random. What? Like, it's like they're trying to mash stuff in and then like just add a scene like that to fill time, maybe.
For help is removed. The scene of Hermes in the bucket goes on much longer, showing the plankton multiplying. In the anime, one of the prisoners says that Jolene caused the scene, referring to when she talked during the assembly. In the manga, she's much more specific with what she's talking about. The other prisoners also have more dialogue to support them not being the killer. In the manga, Hermes mentions that she saw McQueen again and that he had no memories. When FF takes over Atro's body, she doesn't list as much information from her memories in the anime. In the anime,
Right, so she has more to say to prove that she can like be in that body.
Catch. The first scene with FF watching another prisoner play is removed. Jolene no longer compares FF to Marilyn Monroe. Also, the line where Jolene calls FF queer is removed.
Oh, of course it is.
In the anime, Mirashan now has a scar on her forehead from where Pushi smashed her head into the table. In the manga, Jolene meets Mirashan when she accidentally bumps into her while playing. In the anime, she first meets them when she makes the bet. In the manga, FF is distracted when Miroshan sits on the bench and messes up her
with the
throw,
water,
and then barely catches it when it comes back. In the anime, she is only distracted during the catching part.
Oh right, okay.
The manga has the game go on longer, including a scene where
Of course it does. JoJo's is so weird.
Has to use her string to catch up to the ball.
Oh!
Although it's not included in the anime, the basketballs are still seen in the portion
Opening.
of the opening
Right.
representing this fight.
That's really strange.
The scene where Hermes' gold fillings are taken.
Oh god.
The manga has a scene where Hermes tries to offer McQueen's hidden money, but the stand rejects this since it isn't hers.
Ah.
The anime removes a small scene where FF takes a quick drink of water before catching the
Cool.
The anime removes another moment where Jolene causes two prisoners to fight to keep them away from the ball. In the manga, when FF throws the ball into the elevator, Jolene unravels it to catch it. The ending of the fight with Miroshan is changed.
I thought she did that in the anime as well, though.
In the manga, Jolene forces her to deactivate the stand while they're still in the elevator. In the anime, however, the game of catch is still going and Jolene has to throw to FF as soon as the door opens. In the manga, the guard takes the ball from Jolene's hand while on the second floor, while in the anime, he catches it while
he
she's
catches it
throwing
mid-throw,
to
yeah.
FF and keeps it in his pocket.
Huh.
In the manga, the stand attacks Jolene for cheating by threatening Miroshan, while in the anime, it attacks her for losing the game. The nature of the final attack is also different. In the manga, the 1,000 throws seemingly count as a new bet, since the previous game was interrupted.
Oh.
However, in the anime, this is still considered part of the previous
Yeah, it's like I can just keep bouncing off of you and it counts as throws, yeah.
Counted. The anime also shows Jolene having to retrieve the ball from the guard's
Oh,
pocket
that's
and
what she unraveled. Right,
Since in the manga,
different.
it was just on the floor for her to grab.
Right.
Before the
They just copied the
episodes,
unraveling bit,
the
feel like
anime
that.
includes a new monologue from Pucci. The manga has a detailed description of what is in the store of the prison, while the anime only shows it for a brief moment. The anime includes a new scene where Jolene bribes the guard from the first episode to pass by. In the manga, Jolene is called by Emporio into the music room where she meets Weather Report. However, in the anime, as mentioned previously, the first scene with the ghost room is put here. It plays out mostly the same, but there are some notable differences.
Okay, go on then.
Anasui's design has been changed to be more consistent with later appearances, no longer having a more feminine early design. Anasui also leaves the room after looking at Jolene. Emporio no longer mentions the Liechtenstein print in the room, although it is still there. He also doesn't demonstrate the ghost gun on the cockroaches, so it's unknown when he'll actually show that he can use it.
That's interesting.
The scene is added where Jolene notices the clock in the room and thinks she's late, but really it was just a stopped clock from before the room was a ghost. The anime has Jolene exit into the music room, which is where she originally met Weather in the manga. The scene of Pucci in the control room is shown earlier than before. A new flashback to when Lang Wrangler committed murder is shown. In the manga, Jolene holds up Lang Wrangler's mask to the camera to make Pucci...
Oh, but this time it was just like a card, wasn't it, with his details on.
In the flashback with Pucci and Dio, we can now see the wine Dio is drinking more closely. It's the same wine that Will Zeppeli had in the Phantom Blood anime.
Oh!
Dio's design in this
Whoa!
scene is changed to more closely resemble his appearance in Part 3. A short
Yeah,
scene
I like
is now
that.
shown of Jotaro burning the notebook in Dio's mansion. The manga gives more specific accounts of animals falling from the sky, which took place in Wales. A longer ending scene is shown with Jolene being taken to the infirmary, and Hermes and FF looking at the courtyard. After the credits, the scene of Whitesnake giving Dio's bone to Sports Max is shown early. And that was every difference I could find in the first 12 episodes of the Stone Ocean anime. I think out of all the JoJo seasons so far, Part 6 actually has some of the most notable changes. First is the volume of changes themselves.
Seems to be a lot.
Even though this is just the first third of the season, this video is
It's
already
just longer,
than
yeah.
some of the other full
That's
season
mad.
videos. A lot of small scenes are removed or rearranged, and even larger things like the course of the Miroshan fight or the ghost room scene are altered. I feel like in the early episodes, a lot of these changes are for the worse, since the story feels more rushed in some places.
I suppose it could do.
Some of the other changes, like the new scenes between
It does seem very
fights and
fast-paced this
Jolene
season,
entering the
like.
ghost room, make a lot of sense and help the early story flow a bit better. Overall, I thought the first half was alright, with the second half improving a lot and giving a satisfying conclusion to this chunk of the season. I'm definitely looking forward to the rest of
Oh
Stone
man, I
Ocean.
can't wait to see the rest.
Expect a
I'm
difference
anime only as well, so yeah, sick.
Most likely we won't see the new episodes until sometime next year. However, I will still have a difference.
Well, this year now, huh?
With the release of 3 more episodes for the Rohan TV
Oh,
drama.
live action stuff, yeah.
With the stories they're adapting, I'm really looking forward to the changes they make, especially when it comes to Cheap Trick. The episodes are releasing at the end of this month.
Oh my god,
so
the gym
check back
episode.
here then for when I make a video going over it.
Cool, really interesting to see. Like a lot of changes. Like you said, like it's only a part of the season, and it's longer than all those other anime manga differences videos that he's done for part 1 to 5 and the Rohan OVAs. Yeah, I don't know. Is it because Netflix have it, or I don't know. But yeah, it does seem very, very high, fast paced. Like JoJo's is crazy anyway, but like it does seem like they're trying to rush the story and cram it in, but then they're adding like random little bits of scenes and stuff. But hey ho, I really enjoyed it, and I am really looking forward to it continuing. And then when it does, I'll probably check out the anime and manga differences for that. So thank you to my patrons. If you want to have your name at the end of every video upload, links in the description to the Patreon page. $1 a month so help support the channel. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you guys for that, and thank you all for watching. What do you guys think of that? What do you guys think of this? Click the like, subscribe, and leave comments down below. Let me know if you watch future videos, and I'll see you guys all in them.